Teardown on the car started in 2012. I literally stripped everything off of the car, inside and outside, front end disassembly, complete removal of the engine, and then I had to start with some of the damage on the floorboards. I ordered in some new floor pans. We cut, we welded, we reinstalled. And finally coated them with Pour 15. We then moved to the front suspension, tearing out everything off the body, taking out the subframe, grinding down on that, and got that cleaned up. And then later on, I went back and coated it black, which I'll show you here in a few minutes. Moved to the firewall, applied a flat piece of sheet metal to shave the firewall to give it a flat surface, look a little bit more modern. Got underneath the car, brushed it, cleaned it, sealed it. Moved to the back of the car, noticeable rust on the deck, so I had to remove that, and I reinstalled the factory rear window ledge. Moving over to the fender, which was completely covered in rust, I had to cut that out. Found more rust inside, so I actually had to replace the inner wheel well. Had to cut the entire fender side off, which was a monster task for me. Basically learned to weld, spot weld, fiberglass body fill, alignment of rear fender, and Bondo, filler Bondo. And ultimately the vehicle came to be. It's not perfect quite yet, but it's pretty darn close. I'm sure a body shop can fix that up. Moved to the firewall, fiberglass that, filled that, sanded, and ultimately I was able to prep that and get that ready for final look. Just need to squirt that with an extra little bit of paint. That's basically what it looks like to this point. Moving forward, Corvette engine, had to remove that from the Corvette. It was a running, operating Corvette, and we worked on that diligently, removed that, put that in the trailer, and drove it home. Once getting home, I've got that thing on the lift. Got it on the stand, and I cleaned it up really good, find out what I really was looking at here, and it looked like it would be a pretty nice looking engine. Had to get some adapters for an LS block and engine mounts, which I installed to get the proper fit. Got the front suspension worked on, put a factory 2-inch drop and control tubular A-arms, complete disc brake, and there's the car as it's currently sitting. Moving forward onto the engine, had to remove the factory oil pan and fit test with the engine block, and it looks like a champ.